Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. This is your boy Sambawi Nibaye Jr., aka TK, along with my man Omar Williams. We call him O. Say what's up to the peeps.
What's going on, good people?
It's another lovely Wednesday, and you know how we do. We jump right in and don't waste no time. But before we do that, it is Affirmation Wednesday as well. And y'all know how we do. We get our affirmations in and out the way. So if you have your affirmations with you, or you got to memorize, or whatever it is you are working on, let's get these done. Get our day together, whether it's Affirmation Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or whatever day you're getting the replay of this. Let's get it popping. Are you ready? Then let's do it. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stress-less day. Today I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances, issues, and situations will work in my favor. Today, all things will line up for my good. Today, I will become better than who and what I was yesterday. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it popping. So today's podcast is a preview of 2022. And what that is basically we are preparing to leave 2021 and we are preparing to go into 2022. Now, today is December 29th. We're a few days away from the new year. And let's do just a brief reflection before we go into our preview of 2022, if you will. So 2022, 2021, I'm sorry. The year after the year the pandemic started. Now, we're not going to harp on this a lot because we're working past this. And but the 2021 was the year where things kind of sort of went back, quote, to normal to a degree. Schools opened up fully again, where everyone was back in school. A majority of our schools, depending on where you were in the country or the world, went back with masks on, but everyone was able to come back to school. It wasn't, half the school or a quarter of the school was able to come in, and others would be hybrid. It was a full in-house school, teachers, staff, students, everything. A majority of people went back to work. Now, I say a majority, that could be debated by certain people because some did not go back to work. People lost their jobs due to the fact that they were out too long, and then when the jobs opened up, positions were taken away because they just didn't see the need for them anymore, or people were got laid off for whatever reasons they were. Then there are those who did go back to work, and then some didn't go back to work because they didn't want to,
Right?
because they just figured, you know what, screw it, I'm just going to just not work anymore. Or they decided to have their own business, and they started their own business during the pandemic, and they figured this is what I'm going to do from now on.
Right.
And whatever reasons there were, people didn't go back to work. On top of that, the essential workers who were essential during the pandemic necessarily weren't referred to as essential workers anymore. They were just workers like everybody else was, and laborers. Still essential, but not as needed and essential. Not say needed, but just not as essential as we made them to be during the pandemic time. 2022 was a year. I'm sorry, 2021. See, I'm jumping to the next year already. 2021 was a year of reflection, a year of gratitude and being thankful. Thanksgiving was a month ago in November. We had a podcast with myself and a few family members that we talked about, Thanksgiving's history, and where it came from, and then where it's gone, and how it's kind of to a degree lost its thankfulness.
Right.
Thanksgiving just kind of gets looked over. Like I would say over the past 10 years, Thanksgiving has really gotten looked over. It's more about Black Friday.
Right. Not Thanksgiving. Right.
It's all about the sales and what you can get. It's kind of like it's like a pre-Christmas, pretty much. Not to harp on that. I mean, go look at that. Go listen to that podcast. All right, go listen to it. It was a great podcast. We also talked about what we're thankful and grateful for, as well. So I wanted to do like a family thing because I just felt like doing something different was needed and should happen. 2021 was also a year that allowed us to look and examine ourselves even more moving forward into 2022. So a great year of reflection. It was great to have 2021 be what it was after 2020, because 2020 was just it was a year for the record books, for history, for sure.
Yes.
And so it will definitely go down in history as like the Great Depression.
Yes.
Or something, or like a world war. Like it's one of those things that you just won't ever forget. It'll be in history, literally. So, do you have any reflections or anything you want to reflect over?
Yeah, no, just from the market perspective, like the stock market perspective, there was a lot of like new millionaires created. One, because of maybe cryptocurrency. Two, because if you caught that market at the right time in 2020. You've cashed out in 2021 with a nice amount of money. I see a lot of screenshots on social media about what people made this year alone. So again, even though we're coming out of the pandemic, we're still in it. But like there was a lot of opportunities that were that presented themselves in the market this year. So, and we're still going. So it's never too late. Like, again, I'm just going to plug the market again. Like if you're not in it, get it 2022, make it a declaration. I'm going to get involved in 2022.
Yeah. And I think that's highly important because this is the way the world is going.
Exactly.
I mean, there's going to come a time where you can use your crypto to buy groceries, to buy clothes, and then eventually to buy almost anything if you want to, if you like to. There are some places out there now that will accept digital currencies, but not fully. Like they're not fully going, okay, we're straight digital currency, because the world's not there yet.
Right.
But it definitely is going that way. So you want to jump in and get your piece of the pie. Don't let somebody keep moving your cheese and you can't find it. So those of you who know that podcast, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And those who don't, go find that podcast.
Go check it out.
That's a good podcast series right there as well. Move my cheese. Great analogy of any time you're living in, but especially now. Let's go to 2022. The preview of 2022. So I'll ask you, and then we can go back and forth. What are you looking forward to in 2022, or what do you see 2022 being or becoming when it gets here?
I don't want to put how can I make a positive? I'll speak my truth. I see 2022 as people kind of accepting these new social norms.
Okay.
Like accepting wearing this, like the mask has been accepted, but like it's going to be even more engraved in our society or in our culture now. You know what I'm saying? I see more people just accepting the protocols that are coming about. Like this is just going to be a way. I think 2022 is going to bring more of what we had, and I think it's going to be more of an accepting of it's the fight. Like people were fighting it. Like, I'm not doing this. My kid's not wearing this. My kid's not doing that, or we're not doing that. And I think 2022 will be all right. It doesn't look like this is going anywhere no time soon. So we'll do what we got to do. That's what I know that sounds, that's not a positive spin on 2022, but I just see it as next year is going to be kind of more of the same or adding on to this year. I don't think we're quite out the clear yet. That's just my opinion.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
and let's be honest and be very clear. Like, As far as COVID is concerned, like I think a lot of us are just kind of like over it.
Over it, man.
And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. This is not me being insensitive to anyone or anyone's situation or their health. It's just a matter of I just strongly believe that eventually, and I believe in 2020, sometime in 2022. And I could be wrong. I won't say I believe. I say I think, because believe is a very strong conviction. I think in 2022, before it's over, that we're going to have to come to grips with the fact that COVID is going to need to be accepted just like the flu was. And I say that because when it first hit, yes, we were like, what is going on? What is this? And it was a high fear factor because we didn't know. But now it's like we've gotten to a point now where everything has, our technology, our information, all that stuff has gotten to the point where even now, even the testing itself, that you can get results in less than 24 hours. But before, it was like you couldn't get results until like 5 days. Like when we first started testing, it was like 5 to 7 days. Then it was 3 to 5 days. Then it was, 1 to 3 days. Now it's less than 24 hours. Sometimes you can get results in 12 hours or less. So I think we've, kind of tackled it from that standpoint. But I think too, again, just real brief, when the flu hit, it was a different time. We didn't have the technology. We didn't have the know-how. We didn't have the rapidness of getting things done before they were able to tackle it. With COVID, we have that as well. So I think overall, we're going to eventually need to accept the fact that COVID is not necessarily going anywhere, but begin to treat it as though, okay, COVID is a sickness that you can get, just like the flu or pneumonia or something like that. And not to put them all in the same category, but it's just, you get sick, you may have COVID, you may have the flu or whatever. Just that simple. Or you just may have a common cold, just that simple. So that's the way I look at it from that standpoint. The mask thing, I'm not sure about. There'll be some people that even once we've accepted COVID as what it is and just kind of moved on, there'll be people who will still wear masks. And that's their prerogative, and that's what they can do. I mean, if that's what makes them feel safe, then you do that, not knocking it. But 2022, let's go to a mindset standpoint. All right, we don't want to keep putting you guys in
right. Like
the COVID pandemic mindset.
Let's turn it. Let's turn it positive,
that.
brother.
We're reflecting and we're looking towards the future. So, and all, just to make this clear, COVID may not be going anywhere, but we will learn to live and deal with it in a way that puts us back into some sort of a norm of living, of being cautious but not being fearful. All right. So let's look at some things for 2022 that we can do. First of all, let's not make the excuse of letting things hold us back, because the way the world is going now, we talked about crypto and digital currency. We do a trade, stock, and investment, podcast once a month at the beginning of the month. And in January, we're going to, forego that in January and start in February. But from February to December, we'll be doing, unless something comes up, we'll be doing a podcast on trade, investment, and stocks. And so O gives a lot of good points and pointers and tips on what you can do to invest in the stock market, to invest in, crypto and trading, all that stuff. And it's for anyone. Like, anyone can do it. It's a matter of, you don't have to have $1,000 to trade or invest or do stocks. You can have $50, $50, and you can do it. It may take you longer, but you can start somewhere. Everyone's got to start somewhere. So again, don't let things hold you back. You saying, I don't have enough. I don't have this. I don't have that. What do you have? Where can you start? Everyone needs to start somewhere. That includes, Elon Musk had to start somewhere. Okay. Apple started somewhere. Everybody at Nike started somewhere. Jordan started somewhere. Eventually partnered with Nike, and then his name became bigger than Nike. Everyone started somewhere. So start somewhere. Just get started. Plain and simple. Get started.
Exactly.
As my mentor, Dr. Breakthrough, says, don't let the start stop you. Don't let the start stop you because you're afraid to get started. But you got anything else?
No, I'm good. I got something going on upstairs, man. It's
Oh,
my
okay.
daughter. Yeah, I'm trying. My daughter's hammering something for Girl Scouts. I'm
Got
sorry,
you,
man.
got you.
But
That's
yeah,
all good.
that was good stuff though, man. That was
Okay, got you. So let's talk about let's give some tips to you guys of what you guys can do for 2021, what you can prepare yourself for. So this could be from a business perspective, it could be from a personal perspective, it could be for both. It could be for marriage, it could be for family, whatever you want to apply this to. Go ahead and apply this to whatever part or aspect of your life you want to do so. Let's start with this from a business perspective or personal. Like I said, apply to anything. Rebrand yourself every day. What does that mean to rebrand yourself every day? That means that every day is a new day for you to look at yourself and say, what can I do to make me better today or to make my brand better today? And most times your brand is you. Like you may have a business that's like I have Frame of Mind Inc. That's my brand. But Frame of Mind Inc. is also a reflection of me as the owner or CEO. At the same time, it's me rebranding myself every day is okay. How can I make myself better today as an individual? How can I make my company and my business better? How can I make my family better? How can I make and it goes on and on. So it's not just a business related thing, but rebrand yourself every day. Every day you wake up. I don't care if it's Sunday through Saturday, and every day we see Sunday. Every week is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Doesn't matter. Every Sunday is a brand new day. Every Monday is a brand new day. Every Tuesday is a brand new day, and so on. Rebrand yourself every day. All right. And then every day is a new opportunity or a new day or a new everything. Again, every day is a new day. It's a new day every single day. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself.
that's good. That's a good one.
Forgive yourself. I'm going to say it again. Forgive yourself. Even if someone or others don't forgive you, forgive yourself because everything starts with you. If you can't forgive yourself, it's going to be hard for others to forgive you because you give off the energy that everyone else reflects. So forgive yourself for whatever mistakes you've made, whatever wrongs you've done, even the things you've done to yourself that weren't even legit or weren't even real. Like there's things we create in our minds that defeat ourselves, and it's like we create these situations and circumstances in our heads, and then they play out because we've created them so much and so often.
Mm-hmm.
It's like your subconscious mind is like, okay, let's go ahead and create that and make that a reality for you since you keep harping on it. Because again, your subconscious mind does not know right or wrong, good
Right.
or bad or anything. It's just you said, I'll create. Doesn't matter what it is. So forgive yourself of all that. Because listen, the creator has already forgiven you.
Mm.
He's literally waiting for you to forgive yourself. Because if you allow yourself to continue to walk in unforgiveness of yourself, then it's impossible for you to forgive others. You know,
That's good.
the Lord's Prayer in the word of Elohim says, "Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors." What does that mean? So forgive us for the things that we've done, either to ourselves or others, as we forgive others who have done things against us. Another version says, "Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us." So you've got to forgive yourself before you can forgive others, because Elohim has already forgiven us. And he doesn't even remember it. It's just, no, it's gone. Like, we're done. Move on. We should too, as human
Right.
beings. All right. Stop being mean to yourself. And that kind of goes along with forgiving yourself, but stop being mean to yourself. Stop talking about what it is you can't do. Stop talking negative and down to yourself. Stop having excuses about what you can't do or what you can't start or what you can't. That goes along with, you know, don't let the start stop you. Find out what it is that you have that you can start saying, hey, I can start here and work from there. Start here and go forth and go from there. So stop being mean to yourself. And then don't let others be mean to you. Now, let's put this into perspective. People are going to be mean to you one way or the other, whether they're going to curse you out, they're going to tell you things about yourself that aren't true, whatever it is, they're going to cut you off in traffic, they're going to take your parking spot, whatever, a plethora of things that people can do to be mean to you. But when I say don't let people be mean to you, don't allow people to just continue to say things towards you that are bad, negative, especially when they're calling you out your name. It's like, there are some things you just let go, but there's some people that do things towards you over and over again because you let them and allow them to do it. And that's called a bully. So don't let people continue to bully you. Continue to bully you is what I'm saying. Because here's the difference between, someone being, rude, mean, or a bully. Like when someone is mean, it's a reflection of them, not on you. And they might just be mean because that's all they know. And that's a reflection on that person. But someone is rude, it's like it's not something they may do it once, but they may not do it over and over again. But they may do it once. That's okay. But if they do it to multiple people, it's like, okay, you have an issue going on here. Being mean is like you may do it more than once, but then after a while, like you may be like, all right, well, I'll try. It's not really with real intent to harm you or hurt you. It's just, they're just like, hey, it's all I know. A bully is when someone does something with the intent to hurt you, whether it's psychologically, mentally, physically, emotionally, whatever. And they do it over and over again because they feel as though they have the power over you. So I kind of took that stop being mean to yourself to another level, but I just felt like somebody needed to hear that. Like, don't let people bully you. Don't let them do it. So
let me just add on that real quick.
If you got anything, go ahead.
Yeah, just that and again, all that stuff starts with you. Like, so the point was stop being mean to yourself. And when you stop being mean to yourself, it's a good chance that people will stop being mean to you. Like whatever I do to me, it's a good chance that the outside world will do it to me also. If I look at myself as less than, the outside world look at me as less than. If I treat myself mean when I wake up in the morning, it's like, so it starts with you. So that was a good point, man. Good point.
Yeah. And to you saying waking up in the morning, like that's the start of your day. Like whatever you wake up as or being, like that's the first thing that's going to affect your day. And no, don't get me wrong. There are days when I have woke up in the morning and I just wasn't in the right frame of mind. That it happens a lot less than it does me waking up in a good frame of mind. But we all have our days. But the thing is that you don't want to let that, you want to try and flip your mind to start thinking, okay, what can I get as a positive out of this day? And there's times where that just doesn't work because your day is just, it could have something that happened the day before, something that happened last night. You woke up that day and, no matter what it was, there are days where that does not work. And here's the thing. Whether it's someone who's popular and known or someone who is just on Facebook or on social media or whatever, it's like unless you're in an intimate setting, and may not be possible either, a lot of people aren't going to tell you who are coaches and or mentors unless they're just that kind of person. They're going to show you or possibly even tell you that every day should be a positive day, that you should never have, a negative day. It's like, no, it's like there are days, even let's take, for instance, Tony Robbins. I'm pretty sure there is days throughout the year that he just has a bad day. Or his mindset just is not there that day. Like that happens. He's a human being.
Right.
He's not waking up every day going, you know what? Nothing's gonna get in my way. There might be a day where Tony wakes up and he's like, you know what? Today's just not the day.
Right.
It's just not the day. But we're human. And I'm making and using him as an example because most of us know who Tony Robbins is. I've been to a Tony Robbins event. I've been there. All the jumping around and listen, I've been to them. But I'm pretty sure that Tony has had a day where he woke up and he was like, today ain't the day. Or the day shifted on him and he's like, you know what? He's trying to get his mind right to get back into it and he can't. Just how life goes. But they should happen a lot less than not. So here's another one. This right here, I think this kind of alludes to what I was just talking about with Tony. Dance like no one is watching. As funny as that may sound, dance like no one's watching. So, and then here's the other one. I'll add a tag onto that. So, dance like no one is watching, and sing like no one can actually hear you. How about that? Because how many of us sing in the shower and we sound amazing in the shower, but outside of the shower, you might not sound all that great or amazing, or might not sound good at all.
Right.
So, and I'll tell you. So, I don't know if you guys have seen the commercial with Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal's in the shower singing, right? And his Kenny Smith and one of the co-hosts from the Inside TNT, they're getting dressed, I guess, for the show, and Shaq's in the shower, he's singing, and Shaq sounds amazing. He sounds like he's on iTunes, like he's like he's tuning up, and they're like, huh, I guess you do sound better in the shower. And then Shaq gets out the shower, he's walking around, he's singing, and they're like, oh, I can't unhear that. It's like, no, you sound way different than you did in the shower.
Right.
Now, it could be a big analogy, but I mean, let's be honest. We all sound good in the shower because whether it's acoustics, the water's running, or we're just in the shower having a great time. Sing like no one can actually hear you, and dance like no one's watching. Now, there are those of us out there who have amazing dance skills. Those of us who have okay dance skills, and then those of us who are like, not sure if dancing is your thing. But you know what? If you dance like no one's watching and sing like no one can actually hear you, what else would you do if you did those two things? Because dancing, some of us people are self-conscious about it. I can't do it. Singing is definitely something that people don't want to do in front of people, especially if they're not a singer or they can't sing well. So if you can do those two things, like no one's watching and no one's actually hearing, what else would you do? With no one's watching and no one's actually listening or hearing what you're doing. Would you write that book? Would you start that podcast?
Right.
Would you start that business? Would you walk into being, on social media, on, doing Facebook lives or Instagram lives and being that leader people need you to be? Notice I said need you to be, not want you to be, need you to be. Because people are waiting for you to step into your greatness because they need you. So dance like no one is watching, sing like no one can actually hear you. All right, I got one more here, and then we'll kind of, move on to the next phase where we end out here. Adversity is the biggest deposit in your bank account. Adversity is the biggest deposit in your bank account, and me and O know a thing or two about adversity.
Yeah.
We know a thing or two about adversity. I'm actually, look, every day we face adversity, but there are times where adversity comes at you so big and so hard, it makes you question whether or not you're doing the right thing, or whether you're going on in the right direction, or whether or not you should be doing that at all. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be an open book at this particular moment. I literally struggle with this every single day. And when I say that, it's because when you're not seeing the results that you want to see,
right,
you're like, am I really doing the right thing?
Right.
Did I make the right decision? Did I put the right product out? Did I do the podcast correctly? Are people actually listening? Or, did I write the right song today in the studio? Or did I do the video the right way? Or if I'm doing voiceovers, I'm like, man, I hope I did it the way they wanted me to. But here's the thing is that if you know what you bring to the table, I'm like, keep doing that until something breaks. I mean, it's easier said than done, and it's hard to do when you're not seeing, because you cannot see any results, period.
Right.
And that
Right.
could be the case. Or there can and will be results, but the results that you're looking for is different than the results that everyone else is seeing. There have been times when people have told me
That's a good
something
point.
I something I said, something I did, something I wrote, or whatever, and it blessed them. But they didn't tell me until like months or years later. Or it's something that I might have did recently, and someone will say, "Oh man, like that's amazing. This really helped me. This blessed me. I had the situation going on, and I saw this, and I heard this, and it really helped me turn my life around." Like, you don't know who you're affecting,
Right.
but when you align yourself with Elohim's, what he has for you, it's like it becomes a lot more clearer. Now that can also take time, but adversity is the biggest deposit in your bank account because you begin to understand what it means to learn. Now, you guys know that we talk about, we either win or we learn. Now, you can make it how you want it, but we say we win or learn. The more you learn, the more you have in your bank account to withdraw when it's time to win.
Mm.
I know that sounds crazy, and listen, I'm even talking to myself.
Right.
There,
Right.
there
Right.
are areas in my life where I'm like, yeah, adversity comes, and I expect it. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready for you. Come on. There's other areas that happen, and I'm like, adversity comes, and I'm like, oh man, I don't know. But it's like if I use the mindset that I have for situation number one, and I'm like, I know adversity is coming. I'm ready for it. Let's go. But situation number two, adversity comes. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. Why can I take what I use in situation one and apply it to situation number two? Because situation number one, here's the reason. Situation one, I can control. Situation two, I cannot. So when situation one happens, I'm like, yep, I'm ready for this because I can control that.
Right.
Situation number two, I can't control. So when adversity comes, I have doubt because I can't control that. But if I can apply that one and put it on situation two, I may not have the confidence I have in situation one, but I can use what I have to give me confidence until situation two turns around in my favor.
Mm-hmm.
And where does that come from? It comes from Elohim.
Mm.
See, if I let the mind that the Messiah has be in my mind, let's take a situation. And y'all know me and O, we're followers of the Messiah. This is what we talk about. We always implement this stuff. The adversity that the Messiah faced when he died on the cross. If he can, number one, forgive those who were doing stuff against him at that time and not charge it and ask the Father not to charge it to them. I'm like, if I let that mind be in me, how much more of a conqueror am I? If I can apply his mindset that I applied to situation number one that I can control, but situation number two I cannot control. It's and this is why we're human. Like, this is what we do, but it's all a learning process. So if you pack your bank account with adversity, when it comes time to win, you have a lot you can withdraw from and say, look, these are all the times that I learned and I didn't necessarily win. But now that I'm winning, I know what winning feels like because I've had adversity in front of me for so long. This is why you don't want to have things handed to you all the time. Because those that have things handed to them, when adversity comes, they could fall and fall hard. and never recover because they've never had adversity before.
Right. They don't have nothing to withdraw from.
Nothing to withdraw from. Your bank
Yeah.
account is empty. You have all these wins stacked up, but then when adversity comes, you're like, wait a minute, I have nothing to withdraw to understand how to overcome this. And what do? You withdraw all your wins and you try to make them fit into your adversity, and it's not going to work because you don't have any adversity to pull from to understand what to do. So adversity is the biggest deposit in your bank account. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Oh, what you got?
Now, what's that statement you said, man? You just said it about where people see you or something that may not be. People may see you at a place and it may not be the results you want to see.
Yeah. So
what's that statement again? That statement was powerful.
So your results. So whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah.
There are results. You just may not see them because the results you're looking for haven't happened yet.
Yeah, that right there is powerful. Like that right there. Like again, and then you went into explaining like people saying they've been blessed by this and that and the third, and like the people listening right now, like you may look at yourself as you're not where you want to be, but you actually are making an impact.
Yeah.
Like again, we don't know who's tuning in. We don't have a clue. We don't know. We just get here every week and we keep, we're grinding, so again, I'm sure there's results that we see. Mm-hmm. We want bigger and better results, but at the end of the day, the bigger, better results still comes with the same thing, us being here every week. I don't care if it's 1 million people looking, 0 people looking, or 100,000 people looking. We got to do the same thing every week. And all you trying to reach is one person. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's good stuff.
Here's the thing too, man, is that consistency is key.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't fall off and decide, well, no one's listening, no one's paying attention, I'm gonna stop. Because here's the thing, somebody is listening and somebody is watching, and what they're doing is they're going to see, are you going to continue to do this consistently? Because there are people out there who want to follow you one way or the other, and they're looking to see if you're going to actually continue doing this when the numbers are low, when the money's not coming in. Because the ultimate thing is, what is your why? If your why is money only, yes, I'm going to use the F word, you are going to fail miserably because money is your only gain. Now, money's not a bad thing, but if money is the only gain out of it, it's going to fail miserably one way or the other because money is not going to satisfy you. It's not going to make you any more happy than what it is you're doing, because you can listen, there are people out there who make tons of money, and I'm actually going to work on something that's going to help you guys out from a money perspective and a mindset perspective. But there are people out there who have money and they have a lot of it. But how many of us over the past, 50 years we've been on this earth have seen people who were highly successful who are not here anymore because they took their own life? Millionaires. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, but there was still something else missing in their life. And they took their life because they weren't satisfied enough with having all the money, all the cars, the big old house. And these people who also had family, wife, children. You would think at least about them before you would yourself. But they didn't. It was selfish. Now, I'm not putting any one person down. I'm saying that I'm making an example. You would think they would think of their family before doing this. But there are things that are so heavy on people. If you don't get help, or if you don't understand what your purpose is or what your why is, like my why, number one, my why is my family. That's number one. And that's not me saying that I want to do all this and make a lot of money and do all that for my family. No, I'm like, because I want to have a legacy and leave one that goes on for generations after I'm gone. Number two, it's for everybody else. My family first, everybody else is second. And when I say that, it's because I'm responsible for my family. Nobody else is. I'm responsible for them. Everyone else comes second. You know, my family, we are givers. And here's the deal. The more you have to give, the more effective you can be on a larger scale. But if we don't have that yet, we're going to use what we do have to affect someone's life.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's giving someone $20 or giving someone $100 or giving someone $500 or paying for someone's groceries, cooking them a Thanksgiving Day meal. You know, my children, we have, and this actually, no, it's not a tangent. It's all that goes along with what we're talking about. Every year during the Christmas holiday, which we have already passed already, every year, my wife and I, we go to our children and we say, what are you giving away this year? Because they have toys and gifts, stuff like that they've had from the previous year. And our thing is, if you haven't opened it, if you haven't played with it in the past 5 months, give it away.
Give it away. Yeah.
Because someone else can use it and you're not. If it's not hasn't been unpackaged, unboxed, or you haven't played with it in the past 5 months, put it in the box. We're giving it away because someone else can use it. Because you're going to get new stuff for Christmas this year. So why hold all that stuff you're not going to play with, you're not going to use, you're not going to whatever? Give it to somebody who can use it and who will use it and who will be even more grateful for it because they don't have it. And in return, we're not saying, oh, well, we're going to give away stuff to get something in return. Like, yes, we'll get something in return, whatever that is, but we're teaching our children how to be givers because we're givers. So that's a generational thing. So now they'll know how to teach their children how to be givers. It'll be a constant thing that keeps evolving. Learn how to give. And now you can expect something in return, but the expectation in return is I'm not expecting X, Y, Z. It's whatever Elohim decides to do. That's what I expect.
That's good.
Whatever he decides to do, that's what I expect. Because his word says so. His word says so.
That's good.
Anything else before we go?
Oh man, just everybody just look forward to this 2022 coming. Again, new opportunities, new things. I know I started off by saying it's going to be more of the same of 2021, but if you heard what I said before I said that, I said there was people who, you know, came into a lot of money through opportunity that they took advantage of in 2020.
Yeah.
So take advantage of things to come in 2022. Take all the points that my brother just gave us and really like try to implement those into our lives in 2022. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be another great year, man. Yes, regardless of what they try to do, we're going to be here. We're going to succeed. We're going to be consistent. You know what I'm saying?
As Ty Tribbett said, we going to be all right.
We going to be all right.
So if you guys want to contact the show, you can always email us at fofmpodcast@frameofmindinc.com, or you can give us a call at 302-689-3499. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to talk to you guys. We also, if you have something you want to like us to talk about, to have a discussion about, or someone we can interview, let us know as well. We'd be more than happy to hear from you guys. 2022, we're going to up the ante on the podcast too, so stay tuned for that. Happy New Year to you guys. We won't see you guys until the new year. Happy New Year. And starting next week, January 5th, give you guys just a preview of what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk NBA. NBA talk. January 5th is when we're going to talk. So next week, we will see you guys. Enjoy your New Year's. Be constructive, not destructive. And continue. Don't let the new year overwhelm you. Do not go out and do things that are going to be harmful to your life.
That's good.
Live to see the next day, which is the new year. I don't understand how people think that the New Year's Eve is the time to go out and do something crazy that's going to affect whether or not you live to see the next day. I don't understand that.
Right.
Anyway, I'm not going on a tangent. Live to see the next day, guys. See you next week. Happy New Year. And as always, here at the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast, think it, speak it, and achieve it. And until next time, I holla. Thank you for joining the Frame of Mind Inc. podcast. And as always, here at Frame of Mind Inc., think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. As our tagline says, think it, speak it, achieve it. See you next time.
It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Don't forget to check us out on the web at www.frameofmindinc.com, where you can browse our online apparel store, listen to some of our original music and production services, as well as view our videos and projects we've done for our clients and customers.